Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. I hope you're absolutely fantastic. Sorry for not putting out an update yesterday. I was busy with an AI model that was under development. This is a prediction that has got both time and price coming out of the model, and the model saw up to here. And this is what it provided. So the data says that there was a high up there, and that's what happened in real life. Then it was a more than usual energized moved down to there, and that's where the low happened. So not only is it getting the direction right, which is obviously very important, it's also getting the location of the highs and lows before any of this existed. All right, so knew what was going to happen before it existed. Looking at the low over there was correct. Looking at the high over there is correct. This here didn't necessarily transpire verbatim because the liquidity dropped off around this time of day. And this was like, I think, 9 o'clock New York or 10 o'clock New York time. And it was just a dead zone where no one's really at the trade desks. So if there were people trading, it would have definitely followed a closer structure to what the AI forecasted. So the AI can see what is normal and what isn't. And despite the lowered liquidity, it showed the shape and what should have been. And if you look at the angle of that, it lines up. If you look at the way that climbs up there, it lines up as well. So really stoked with that. And then up top here, it shows the location as well as the fact that it's a high moving into the next low. So super, super proud of what the AI is able to do at the moment. It's incredible, the day and age we live in. So yeah, so sorry about not putting out the forecast yesterday, but I'm here now. Also, there wasn't much to speak about, as price over here is moving across. So what that means is that in the 2048, so thanks again, Zane, for showing us the 2048, there is price moving up the support and resistance line. Okay, so that's your Gann fan. If it's difficult to see, I'm sorry, it is a bit dark, but that's the 1/1, that's the 1/2, and that's the 1/4. And now price is nestling in to arc for 1/4 up the Gann fan over here. As you can tell, the exact same way that we forecast on the lower frames is exactly the same way we forecast on the higher frames. It's a fractal universe and everything is connected together as such. So it's pretty cool that that works that way. But yeah, so it's still not done just yet until the oscillator switches, until it's hit its resistance zone and it's ready to take the transition from this high and move on down. So we're just waiting for this to expire before we can look at any potential shorts. Or if you're a diehard crypto fan, you don't want to support the idea that price can go down right now because there's so much positivity around crypto that no one actually expects it to go down. But sorry, guys, what goes up must come down. It's just the way that the markets roll. All right, so to explain that on these lower frames, as you see here, price is moving across to anchor in to the next location for it to continue its journey up. So, oh, it's actually looking like it could hit 100,000. That's not even that far away. It's 8,000. It's $7,000 away. Oh my gosh. We could see 100,000 this year. That's cool. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, super cool. I don't really care about the actual price of Bitcoin. The fact that it's large over here, 91,000, means that these transitions are not going to be a joke. And that's what I need, right? I need nice long transitions so I can make nice long profits, and so on and so forth. And of course, there's going to be smaller moves, but these days the smaller moves aren't that bad. It's about $200 difference, and that's okay. You can still make profit even on this smaller stuff on the 2 minutes. However, I'm glad for those who bought low, and are watching their portfolios just grow and grow and grow. Because in previous videos I made mention to this, it's not easy to do that. You have to be a specific kind of person to be able to do that. And I mean, now if anyone gets in at 100,000, let's say for example we're at the Christmas table and your uncle says, "What's this Bitcoin thing? It's got my attention." What are the chances that he buys in and then come late January or February it just goes down to like 80,000 or below? So yeah, you got to ask yourself, who's going to buy at 100,000, and where does that got to get for those to make profit from it? So in other words, if for example your uncle gets in, he buys in at 100,000, he buys one Bitcoin if he can afford it. Not many people have got 100,000 lying around for a Bitcoin, if you know what I'm saying. So if they buy a Bitcoin, then they won't have to wait for it to get to 200,000 for them to double their money. So gone are the days where they can 1,000x their profits, I think, in the short term. You're not going to, I don't think you're going to see runs from 100,000 to 900,000 in a few weeks. So from here, for it to climb, if you're going to buy and hold from here, it's going to be quite difficult. So that's why I've been so focused on the day trading element and having AI work, because it's not about the cash. Like cash isn't king, it's cash flow that is king. And that's why I don't really fixate about the overall price, just the transition lengths between the highs and lows. That's what makes sense to me the most, because that's where we make the most money and the most frequent and accessible money. We don't have to wait months and years to get a 2x return. Like we don't have to watch Bitcoin go from $100,000 per unit to $200,000 just to double your money, where you can double your money, double your position size within 45 minutes with prop firm trading and day trading. So it's much easier that way, in my opinion. So let me get back into the forecast. My brain is I've maxed out all of my limits on multiple ChatGPT accounts, paid accounts. So like I'm constantly solving problems, and that's why I'm going to follow the system. And I say that because a lot of people have tiring lives, so it's best to follow a step-by-step process rather than to take too much onto your own shoulders. And let's begin. All right, so trend direction, we know it's up. We're going to leave that as is. The turning point spacing is looking good. We got a sharp 6 and then a move up to 7, so I'm happy with that. That's good. If you want, I can draw it, so it's not just talk. We go 5 to 6. The 6 to 7, I think, in terms of scaling. Well, are we even there yet? Okay, trend direction covered, turning point spacing covered. You're going to see a turn over here soon, I believe. Scaling absolutely is what's next. So let's have a look at that. I think it's really over the top. Turning point 4 to turning point 5. Let's bring it to here. I mean, that's very neat, but I do think we should pull that back. And now I'm allowing price to tell me what the configuration should look like, just with the interaction it shows on the Gann-score. That, like, check this. I mean, how insane is this stuff? So great. I'm going to give it a little room, just in case it doesn't want to turn just yet. It's a little space up top here, but I don't think it's going to take too long until this comes back down before it goes back up. All right, kill zone, the nominated route was initially there, but now it seems to have regressed onto this 1/1 on the way up. Time projection, let's have a look. Oh, pardon me. Oh. Wow, quite a long one, that one. All right, yeah, so it's coming up to an end over here. So we should see something maybe stop and turn from there. Just wondering if that is too graphic. It should be fine. Okay, so the Q roots I'm not going to bother with just yet because of the other elements. The oscillator is switched and up. It's not very energized. I think that's going to come to an end, so not too keen on that. And I wouldn't get into a position now because it's quite late in the quadrant to open a position here. The oscillator, we've spoken about. The price projection, we're getting to resistance here. It's got to break 5 to keep in trend. So 6 above 4, 5 above 3. So high above high, low above low. So this has got to break 5 to keep the uptrend. And fan line, R curve, happy with. They've connected well. And we're just waiting for that to finish off. So because the reward level for where price is quite shallow, I don't think we're going to get the permission to open up a trade, and we're getting denied over there. So I can continue here, but basically, if we run through the same process as we just did, I'll save us a bit of time. We've already gone past this threshold. I can maybe move that away. Oopsie. And now what we're looking for is interaction somewhere along here. Or over here. One of those kind of 2 points. Yeah. And that's it. As you guys know, it is the week of Black Friday. I might be putting something together that's pretty special. So if you are curious, reach out to me. We can have that discussion. All right, that's it for now. Catch you in the next one. Ciao.